Hey guys, Steve Chase here. Got a video for you here about tagging invoices by states in QuickBooks Online. So specifically, what we're after here is we're trying to have a way to show at the end of a year how many sales we did per state in the United States. Working with tags is a great feature because you can do it on any version of QuickBooks Online. And so suppose that your version that you're working on doesn't currently have the built-in locations and classes. This may be the perfect workaround for you to set up your tags and then manage your invoices and sales receipts by states. After we're done tagging some invoices, I'm going to share with you how you can run some really cool reports. One is called the profit and loss report by tag, and the other is transaction list by tag group. Both of these reports will run, we'll customize, and we'll see exactly how you can get confidence out of your QuickBooks Online reports working with tags. So let's get started. Alright, so let's begin with the quick invoice. I'm going to generate an invoice here. Let's select the customer. Then the first thing is, after we set up our accounts here and manage the amounts here, this is where tags come into play here. You'll see an option for tagging. If you've set up your tags, you simply click in there and you'll see this opportunity to select one of the tag groups. So here we've got 4 tags inside of a service type group, but I'm going to jump down and show you that I've got 50 tags in my states group. So imagine that one was set here to South Dakota. I click on South Dakota, and at this particular point, let me go ahead and save this invoice for $10,000 and close it out here. All right, so where is that going to end up going? There's 2 reports that we can manage to see that. One is called the profit and loss by tag group, and we can get there several ways. One way would be to be inside the tags group here from the banking or transactions tab, coming down below where you see your tags and tags group and you see the tag that you're managing here. We can actually just go up to the side here under the action and select run report. Alright, this is going to be one option to see that here. Okay, I've got it under cash basis, so if I wanted to see South Dakota, I'd have to click accrual and then run report, and then I can just see that invoice that was generated here. Okay, the other option that we have is to start on the reports area, and you can run the profit and loss by tag group. It's inside the business overview. You'll see it right here. So when you run the profit and loss by tag group, no results populate at first. This always kind of trips me up here. I've got to remember that display columns by has ungrouped tags as the default. So simply use the scroll bar, go all the way down to the bottom, select your tag group here. In this case, I'm going to select state. Then you have to click run report for that to populate. So depending on your scenario, you might have to change dates. You might have to move to accrual if you want to see the report in accrual mode here. And this is going to get you your tags here listed as columns here. Awesome, 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 awesome. If you wanted to just maybe filter, maybe we only want to see South Dakota or Texas or perhaps a comparison, we can go to the customize in the upper right hand corner, and then from here we can select the filter and go down, and we'll see this option here for the tags filter here. So selecting that, I can now come in here and make the selections how I see fit in this scenario here. So let's say I would like to see South Dakota, and we can also go with maybe Texas. run report, and there we go. So if I was going to need to have management look at this on an ongoing basis, then for sure I would go up to the Save Customization, and I would probably just do SD and Texas, something like that, and save that as a custom report to be ran later down the road here. So that's the profit and loss by tag group. Now let's take a look at the transaction list by tag group. So heading back to reports, this report, you can search tags here. It might be the fastest way to get it. You can see that we've just learned about the profit and loss by tag group. I customized that. We've got the SD and TX profit and loss by tag group customized. You can see over to the right, you can tell it's been customized. This group here, transaction list by tag group. So think of this more as a detailed report here. Again, when you run it, it's similar. You're going to need to come in here and make the selection of the individual tag group that you want to see. Run report, and at that particular point in time, what's interesting about this is it defaults to this month to date, so I'm just going to change it to this year. Run report here, and that will be everything here. So because it's a detailed report, it's just basically every transaction that's populated here. There's not accrual, there's not cash basis, it's just show me every transaction for that model here. So keep in mind that you cannot tag journal entries. So if you ever need to show a tag report, you've got to use one of the forms here. For example, you would need to use like an invoice or a sales receipt, a bill, in order to have it on the actual transaction type itself here. So from here we can click customize. We can change the columns, perhaps remove or add different columns that you see here that you might want to do as helpful there. And after you have done that, just simply run the report, save it, and then we'll be able to manage here. What is neat about this is it does subtotal out as a total here. So for Texas here, that's a really great report here to be able to see subtotals per group here. All right. So let me share with you, in case you're not familiar with how to set up your tags, one way is to select the gear icon and then navigate to List Tags. And then from here, one would start off by clicking New. And so we would select Tag Group. If you're interested in doing something like that with tracking all 50 US states, first you would create a tag group, give it a name. Yes, you can do USA. Give it a color. And then once you have that, you'd come in here and you'd start working with creating the tag names in here one at a time. So if you got a lot, like I had for 50, I just copied and pasted from a list and just pasted in there. Makes it really helpful to have that. They will resort itself in alphabetical order as you do that here. All right, so I'm going to hit done here and just share a quick example here. We'll do one more here. I'm going to click Invoice, select my customer, and then when I want to tag it, notice that as soon as you choose one of these tags here, then it kind of disappears on you here. So let's do, I'll do Ohio here. You can see that if the other tag group, I have 2 Ohio's here. Of course, I'm just kind of showing you some examples of setting up that other one here. So ideally, each tag has to belong to a group. In this scenario here, I wouldn't want to create 2 tag groups with the same content, just giving you a quick example of how that would work here. Great there. From the tags group, you can also get into manage tags, and basically that will let you see what your options are as far as each tag group, the color, how many there are inside of each one here. So I've got 4 service types. You can see those right there. 1 for USA, 1 for 50 for state here. And if you ever needed to make any edits, just would come over here to make those edits there here. Awesome. So in order to move on here, cancel this out here, and make any changes to the tags, like to delete, or you would navigate back to the gear icon, tags, and then from here, if we wanted to delete a tag, we could go over to the side here, and then there's an option to delete that group. So interesting that if you delete a group, it says that tags in the group will still be available, but they'll be ungrouped. Okay, so got that. Now, now I've got this kind of stray OH here that's not part of a group. It's all by itself, and that's kind of another interesting opportunity that you have, is you can just have simply an ungrouped tag where it just is all by itself. So there can be some scenarios on that. Hit me up in the chat or in the YouTube description below if you can come up with some ideas. We can try to see best practices and how you're currently using your tags. And what's really remarkable is that the tagging just gives users the ability to use it in a way that they want to track things that are important to them without necessarily affecting your books and your year-end financials and so forth, and the chart of accounts, because it's all user generated with those efforts there. So, all right. First of all, thank you guys for watching this video here. Feel free to check out my other videos and upcoming live classes at sequentialsolutions.com.